Okay, my name is Betty, and I have 3 kids. I'm going to talk about the dream of my youngest son. He always wanted to join the armed forces since he was 16. He told me he wanted to be in the Marines. I always say, no. I said, no, I don't want you to die, I don't want you to be killed. I was very scared because I was like a mom and dad for my 3 kids. So I was always overprotecting them. So I made a deal with him. When he turned 15, he wanted to have a car, okay? And I said, well, I buy you a car, but if you promise that you're not going to join the Marines. So he said, okay, Mom. So he wanted a convertible. So we made a deal, we signed it. We signed the agreement. He said, no, I'm not going to the Marines. And I bought the car for him, and he was very happy. So 2 years later, he was maybe like 5 months to turn 18, and he said, Mom, I want to go to the Army. And I said, no. 2 officers came to my office, 2 recruiting officers from the U.S. Army came, and I said, you know, and then he came after them. And I said, what do you want? I said, oh, I want to talk to you about it to see if you want to, sign for your son to join the Army. And I said, no. So I pulled my son aside, and I said, I thought we had an agreement. And I said, yeah, Mom, I'm not breaking the agreement. And I said, what do you mean? He said, Mom, I told you I was not going to join the Marines. This is the Army. And I just couldn't believe it. And I said, I still oppose. I don't like it. I don't agree. So the officer turned to him and said, don't worry. When you turn 18, you don't need your mom's signature. So anyway, they left. I was very, of course, scared. I said, no, maybe he's going to change his mind. Guess what? When he turned 18, he came home and he said, Mom, I joined the Army. I signed up for 6 years, and I'm leaving after graduation. I just couldn't believe it. Well, he left after graduation. He went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. He joined the Army. And the first thing that I received was a card from the Red Cross telling me that we're not going to hear any news from them, that if they have any emergency, they will contact me, or he will contact the Red Cross, and they will let me know. So one day I come home, it was like a month later, and I look at on the caller ID, and I saw a call from the Red Cross. And I panicked. I started calling my other 2 kids. And I told my husband, something happened to my son. I'm going to go to Missouri tomorrow. But you're crazy. And I'm going to go. So I started looking for flights, and I said, I'm going to go tomorrow. So what are you going to do? I don't know. I'm going to go and look for my son. Because I started calling that number, and of course it didn't go through. So, I was about to buy the ticket to fly the following day. I said, I'm going to look for my son. So, my husband said, why don't you listen to the answering machine? Maybe they left a message in a voicemail. And I did. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. It was that they're doing a blow drive donation in the neighborhood. And here I am panicking, thinking that something happened to me. Oh my God, I mean, so this is my son. Okay, awesome. He finished the basic training. He told us not to go because he said, Mom, I'm going to stay 3 more months because I'm going to go to the AIT. And he decided to join the MP, military police. So he stayed there. But before Thanksgiving, it was on a Tuesday, he called. He said, Mom, guess what? We're allowed to bring our family for Thanksgiving. My husband hates planes. And I said, well, I'm going tomorrow. I'm driving. And my husband said, I'll go with you. But if we drive, that's on a Tuesday night. We already had everything prepared here, for Thanksgiving here. My son was there, and I said, I haven't seen my son in 4 months, 5 months. I'm going to go. So we drove all the way up there. And I'm an insurance agent, and believe it or not, when we got there, I realized my insurance card was expired. Okay, we got to the base, and we got there, it was like midnight. And then they told us, okay, give us the registration insurance card. I said my name was there, and I have my business card. And I said, oh, I'm my own agent. This card is good for a year. And I said, oh my God, I was shaking. I said, oh my God, what is going to happen? Then I'm going to let me in, and I'm going to see my son. So, we went there. They gave us all the permits. And the following day, we had dinner. We had dinner there, and it was, it was great. I couldn't recognize my son. When I saw all the soldiers, they all looked alike. And I said, I can't see my son. My God, I'm looking all over. I couldn't recognize him. So, okay, we were there only for dinner. After dinner, went back to the hotel and drove back home, like 20 some more hours. This is how much love we have for our kids, okay? So my son comes home after graduation, and then he decides that he wants to go to Iraq. He was offered to go to Panama because he's bilingual, because of the Spanish. And I said, Vilo, go, please go. He said, no, Mom, I want to go where it's action. I want to go where the action. Look at his face. I can't believe it. Okay. So
I know what he's talking about.
he decided to go. He went, and he called, I don't know. Okay, he went.
It's a good story.
And you know, I got so used for him to call me like almost every day on Skype, and he said, Mom, look at, I got all my fingers, I got all my toes here, look at, you know, he showed me his feet. That's how scared I was. I thought he was going to get killed, because every day, you know, someone got killed in Iraq, so many that, I was scared. I mean, so one day he didn't call, it was 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, I ended up going in the hospital. I'm diabetic, my sugar went up to 480, I was crying, I was planning to go to Iraq, and then my husband said, you crazy? And I said, I'm going to go to Baghdad, and because I thought he was dead. I mean, I thought, you know, you don't hear from your kids. So, finally, you know, I said, no, I'm going to take it easy, I'm going to come down, I know nothing's going to happen to him. So he called, and then everybody in the office, oh, Vilo, line 4, you know. And I said, hi, Bobby, and I started crying. And he said, Mom, what's wrong with you? And I said, no, what's wrong with you? And he said, nothing, why? I said, you haven't called. I said, Mom. And I told him about the news, and I said, listen, you don't listen to the news, you don't pay attention. If anything happens to me, the first person that is going to know is you. Okay? So don't worry. He said, because I couldn't call, they sent me to a different station, which we didn't have all, you know, their communication, whatever. So it was very hard, but then when he came home, it was very hard, but I was very proud to see my son back. And here's